All right, so let's talk about the three types of scholarships that are available to you. And we'll be spending a lot of time in this section on the third type of scholarship, but the first two types of scholarship, or the three types altogether, first is what I call sweepstakes scholarships. The second one is what's called performance scholarships, and the third one is what I call judgmental scholarships. So the first one, sweepstakes scholarships, are basically scholarships that you find, you enter, and you win. it's by sweepstake. They don't really care. It's like I just looked up one a second ago. It was Kentucky Fried Chicken, or KFC now, whatever they are, right? So it was a $5,000 scholarship, and you just had to fill something out online, and you send it in, and then they give away a scholarship. So sweepstakes scholarships, that's what it is. They don't really judge you. You don't have to write an essay. You don't have to do anything. You just enter, and they offer a scholarship to somebody, and you might win, you might not. So that's the first type. The second type of scholarships are performance-based scholarships. So this is if you need a scholarship for playing an instrument. If you get a sports scholarship, would be one of these. An academic scholarship would be one of these. Something that the school wants, and they will give you money to come to their school and perform. Sometimes there's scholarships based upon your major, like they want to see you have a certain major. And so those are what I call performance-based scholarships. Like the school wants to add you to there, they'll give you money, they want to add whatever you do, whatever skill you have, and you're very good at it, they want to add that to their school, and so they give you money for doing so. The third type of scholarships are judgmental scholarships. And judgmental scholarships are there's a scholarship, and they want you to do something. Like you have to write an essay. Most of the time it's an essay. Or you have to fill out an application, and there might be an essay, or it might just be an application, or it might just be an essay, and you send it in, and there's a committee, or there's a person, or someone in that organization decides on who they're going to give the scholarship to, and so there's a picking. So the point being is those are the three types. What should you spend the most time on? Well, as far as we're going to go through strategies in a little bit, but just if you're just watching this video really quickly, the first one you spend as much time on is the sweepstakes scholarships, right? You just enter as many of them as you possibly can, as fast as you can. So watch there's another video on scams and traps and that kind of stuff. So you shouldn't just so you know, you shouldn't ever have to put your social security number unless you actually win the scholarship. So don't put your social security number anywhere unless they're telling you you won the scholarship and you've looked it up and it's reputable and you know that. But you shouldn't apply anywhere. As far as if for applying, you shouldn't need to put a social security number. Second thing is, don't pay any money for scholarships. If they ask you to pay money for something or pay money for the search, again, look in the scams and traps, but you shouldn't be paying money for, to apply to a scholarship. That's just something out there. But if those two things are okay, you can literally just look. I mean, every organization, almost every organization, you can put in anything. I just found KFC scholarship. So you can put sweepstakes scholarship. Just do the time, spend the time, and look up scholarships. You go to pick up anything. Walmart probably has a scholarship. Anything that you do, skateboarding scholarships, and look up. Just put something scholarships in a Google search and look for things that are fast. The reason why you want to fill out, you want to do a lot of them, and especially the more I guess hard they are to find, the less people that will be applying to these scholarships, and that's how it goes. So a lot of companies, a lot of businesses have like the scholarship fund and they give it out, but if no one applies, then they don't give it out. And when it's just a raffle, it's just a drawing. So you can do those fast. That's the whole point of doing as many of those as possible. And I mean, if you fill out 40 sweepstakes scholarship applications, and it takes you 15 minutes to fill in the blanks in each one, and you win $1,000 or $500 or $5,000 or $10,000. Some of them are a lot. It's worth your time. That's definitely worth your time. So that's the first thing there. The performance-based scholarships, you're going to have to. I mean, I had a student who got into Harvard with they had like a 3.6 GPA. Not a 4.0 GPA. Didn't do really well on their SATs, but he played the tuba, and they needed a tuba player, and they were like, "We will give you money to come and play the tuba." Okay, so whatever you do, do something well, and you never know if that college will need that. Just also be prepared with any kind of performance-based scholarship that you have to continue to perform. And so if you get an academic scholarship and your first semester and that's part of your plan, is like how you're paying for school and you need that money, and that first semester, I would tell you, the first year of college is very difficult for students. I have friends who were 3.5 4.0 students in high school, and they, just because they were naturally bright, and in college they got hammered that first year, and they lost their scholarships and they lost their money, and then they didn't know how they were going to pay, or they had to come up with all the money that they were getting on their academic scholarship. So that's something that you got to make sure you're careful of. Same thing with playing a sport. Now sports, like I played football. I earned a scholarship after 2 years, and I paid for my books and I paid for everything. You just got to make sure that your scholarship is not a year-to-year scholarship. It's a they're giving it to you for the rest of for all 4 years, or however long, 5 years, however long you're going to be there. So just make sure you check that as far as your performance base. And the judgmental scholarships, we're going to spend more time on that later, on tips on how to get really good at the judgmental scholarships. But those are the 3 types of scholarships. First place to spend your time is the sweepstakes one, because it's fast and it's easy, and you can do as many of them as you want. All right, good luck.